here, as I told you about nutrition, there are two modes of nutrition are there. Okay, autotrophic mode of nutrition and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay, now I am going to explain about the two modes in detail here. Okay, first of all, I am going to talk about autotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay, as I told you here, the mode of nutrition in which organisms synthesize their own food material. Okay, it is known as autotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay, here green plants show this autotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay, green plants are photoautotrophs. Photoautotrophs because in the presence of sunlight they prepare their own food. Okay, now exactly what happens in green plants? Okay, green plants carry photosynthesis. By the help of photosynthesis, they prepare their own food material here. Okay, and what is mean by photosynthesis? The process in which green plants converts simple inorganic chemicals. Okay, process in which green plants like this, okay, converts simple inorganic chemicals like H2 and CO. H2 and CO. Okay, here the diagram of the plant. Okay, we have to look here CO2 from the atmosphere. Okay, plants take CO2 from the atmosphere and H2 from the soil. Okay, these both are considered as inorganic chemicals. Okay, into complex organic food. Into complex organic food. Okay, here C6H12O6. C6H12O6 considered as complex organic food. Okay, it means sugar. It means sugar. Okay, in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. In presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Okay, actually chlorophyll present in their green leaves. Of green leaves. Okay, this is the definition of photosynthesis. And this summarized equation as I written here. Okay, but this is not a balanced equation. Okay, CO2 plus H2O. Okay, it gives C6H12O6. Here, C6H12O6 simply known as sugar. Okay, simply known as sugar or glucose. Plus O2. Okay, during the photosynthesis, plant can take CO2 from the atmosphere and release O2 as a byproduct. Okay, release O2 as a byproduct. Okay, this is about photosynthesis, the definition of photosynthesis. Okay, now this photosynthesis can take place in three steps. Okay, first of all, absorption of sunlight by chlorophyll. Absorption of sunlight by chlorophyll. Okay, as I told you here, chlorophyll is present in the green leaves of the green plants. Okay, and this chlorophyll have the ability to absorb the sunlight. Okay, they have ability to absorb sunlight. Okay, because they have special function to absorb this sunlight. Okay, now the second step, conversion of this sunlight into chemical energy. Okay, conversion of sunlight into chemical energy. Okay, here in this step there are certain reactions which is also known as light reaction. These reactions are known as light reactions because during this sunlight plays very important role here. Okay, and during this light reaction, chemical energy is formed. Okay, in the form of ATP, in the form of NADPH2. Right, ATP and NADPH2 are here considered as chemical energy. Okay, and these chemical energy form to be light reaction or light dependent reaction in plants. Okay, and third, okay, and during this process, photolysis of water takes place. Okay, during this process, photolysis of water takes place. Okay, what is the photolysis of water? Splitting of water molecule. Splitting of water molecule. Okay, by the presence of sunlight. By the presence of sunlight. Okay, H2O broken down into H2 plus O2. Okay, broken down into H2 and O2. Okay, and these O2 release during photosynthesis as a byproduct. Okay, actually oxygen released from the green plants during photosynthesis, okay, came from water molecule. Came from water molecule. Okay. This suggestion was given by Hill, Robert Hill. Okay. Now, third step is known as reduction of CO2. Okay. In this process, what happens? Reduction of CO2. What do you mean by reduction of CO2? Atmospheric carbon dioxide. Okay. Atmospheric carbon dioxide trapped by the green plants and fixation of this atmospheric carbon dioxide. Okay. Carbon dioxide is get reduced and formation of complex organic food material takes place. This step is known as reduction of CO2. Actually, this is known as dark reaction. This is known as dark reaction. Okay. In this step, there are different type of cycles. Okay, different type of cycles are there. C3 cycle, C4 cycle, etc. Okay, and in that cycle, carbon dioxide get fixed and reduced, and formation of sugar or glucose or complex organic food material takes place. Okay, this is about photosynthesis and autotrophic mode of nutrition in plant. Okay, now I am going to talk about heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay, as I told you there, they cannot synthesize their own food. They cannot synthesize their own food. Okay, actually they are dependent on another. Okay, this mode of nutrition is known as heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Now we are talking about human nutrition. Human nutrition. Okay. Now the system which helps during the nutrition in human, which is known as a human nutritive system or human digestive system. Human digestive system. Okay. Now the human digestive system is further categorized or divided into two parts: alimentary canal and digestive glands. Okay. Alimentary canal is a hollow muscular tube. It is a hollow muscular tube. Okay. Approximately it is about 7 meter long. Okay, 7 meter long, and its diameter is varying in different regions or different parts. Okay, this alimentary canal starts from buccal cavity, or it is simply known as mouth. It is simply known as mouth. Okay, now with the help of this buccal cavity, we have to take food. Intake of food takes place. Okay, this food now reach in the esophagus, and esophagus is considered as food bulk. This is another part. Okay, of alimentary canal. After that, stomach. It is the wider part of alimentary canal. Okay. After that, small intestine. Okay. After that, large intestine. Okay. And last, anus. Okay. It means alimentary canal starts from mouth and ends at anus. Okay. This is considered as alimentary canal. Now we are talking about digestive glands. Okay. The first digestive gland which is present in our buccal cavity or mouth is known as salivary gland. Is known as salivary glands. Okay. Second one, near the stomach, and which is the largest gland in our body, which is known as liver. Okay. Third one is pancreas. Okay. After that, stomach also possess some digestive glands, which is known as gastric glands. Okay. And in intestine, small intestine mainly, okay, it consists of certain glands, which is known as intestinal glands. Okay, the role or the function we will discuss in detail. Okay, of element.
Students, earlier we discussed about the human digestive system. It is categorized into alimentary canal and digestive gland. Okay, यहाँ पे न्यूट्रिशन में क्या आएगा? Okay, न्यूट्रिशन कंसिस्ट ऑफ these following steps: ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and digestion. Okay. Now, what is meant by ingestion? Intake of food. Intake of food. Okay. What is meant by digestion? The complex food broken down into the simpler one, which is known as digestion. Okay. In this topic, we will discuss about digestion in detail. Okay. After that, what is meant by absorption? Digested food absorbed in blood. Digested food absorbed in blood. It is known as absorption. What is meant by assimilation? Now, absorbed food becomes a part of protoplasm. Absorbed food become a part of protoplasm of cell. Okay, it is known as assimilation. Assimilation means utilization of that absorbed food. Okay, and what is meant by digestion? Removal of undigested or fecal matter. Undigested food what? Fecal matter. It is known as digestion. Okay, these all steps comes under nutrition. Now we will discuss about digestion in detail. This is our digestive system. Okay, here our digestive system starts from buccal cavity or mouth. Okay, simply it is known as mouth. Mouth is a transverse slit. Mouth is a transverse slit. Okay, which is bounded by our lips. Okay, which is bounded by our lips. Now, teeth and tongue comes under the mouth or buccal cavity. Okay, teeth and tongue are there in our buccal cavity or mouth. Okay, teeth are present in our buccal cavity, which helps in breakdown of complex food. Breakdown of complex food. Okay, now this helps in mechanical digestion. Mechanical digestion. Okay. अगर यहाँ पे हमें पूछा गया, okay, how many teeth are present in our mouth? Okay. Here, as I am going to explain dental formula, it represents how many teeth are present in our buccal cavity or mouth. Okay. First of all, we are talking about the dental formula in child. Okay. Dental formula in 17 years old and dental formula in adult. Okay. Here I have write I, C, P, M, M. Okay. I means I incisors, C means canines, P means premolar and M means molar. Okay. In child, I 2 by 2, C 1 by 1, premolar it means PM 0 upon 0 and molar 2 upon 2. Okay. 2102. 2102. Okay. This is the dental formula of child. All teeth present in the mouth of child. Okay, 20. There are 20 teeth are present in the mouth of child. Now, in 17 years old, again I have to write here I, C, P, M, M. Now, I 2 upon 2 same. Okay, C 1 upon 1 same. Okay, P, M 2 upon 2 and M 2 upon 2. Okay. 28 teeth are present in the mouth of 17 years old. And in adult, I, C, P, M and M. Okay, I 2 by 2, C 1 by 1, P, M 2 by 2 and M 3 by 3. It means 32 teeth are present in the mouth of adult person. Okay, human dentition means what? The dentition means what? Okay, the arrangement of teeth and the types of teeth and the number of teeth, okay, is known as dentition. Human dentition is heterodont, thecodont and diphyodont. Okay, what is meant by heterodont? There are different type of teeth are present in our mouth. Different type of teeth. Okay, incisor, canine, premolar, molar, etc. That's why it is known as heterodont. Thecodont means what? Teeth embedded in bony socket. It means thecodont. And what is meant by diphyodont? In life, teeth will come in twice. दो बार वहां पे हमें टीथ आते हैं हमारे लाइफ पूरे लाइफ में. ओके, उसमें से पहले जो सेट है उनको हम मिल्क टीथ बोलते हैं और उनको हम टेम्पररी टीथ बोलते हैं और डेसिडियस टीथ बोलते हैं. ओके, एंड सेकेंड वन विच इज नोन एज परमानेंट टीथ, उनको हम परमानेंट टीथ बोलते हैं. ओके, दिस इज द डेंटिशन ऑफ ह्यूमन. नाउ tongue. What is the role of tongue in our mouth? Okay, tongue helps in the mixing of saliva. It helps in the speech. It helps in the swallowing. It helps in the swallowing. Okay, mixing of saliva, speech and swallowing, these all are the functions of our tongue. Okay, actually tongue possesses certain buds which helps in the detection of taste of the food. Okay, this is very important organ in our mouth. Okay, now the salivary glands present in our mouth which secretes saliva here, which secretes saliva. Okay, and saliva contains salivary amylase. Saliva contains salivary amylase. This salivary amylase acts on starch which is present in our food. Okay, and it get converted into maltose by the help of salivary amylase. Okay, this is one of the essential enzyme which is present in the saliva. Okay, now the mastication and mechanical digestion partially takes place in our mouth. Okay, tongue mixes the saliva in the masticated food. Okay, and this tongue also helps in swallowing of this food. Okay, swallowing of the food, and these round ball which is known as bolus, okay, which we have swallowed with the help of our tongue. Now these bolus reaches in the esophagus. Okay, there is no particular role of esophagus in digestion. Okay, but it helps in peristalsis. What is meant by peristalsis? The rhythmic way of contraction and relaxation. Okay, this bolus now reaches in the stomach. Okay, this is the role of esophagus, peristalsis. Okay, now food or bolus comes in the stomach. Actually, stomach, empty stomach is a J-shaped organ. Okay, it is the bag-like structure. The diameter of this stomach is large. Okay, diameter is large. This is the part of alimentary canal which show the large diameter, okay, or the great diameter. Stomach consists of or contains gastric glands. Okay, stomach have presence of gastric glands in their walls. Okay, and these gastric glands secretes one of the most essential juice which is known as gastric juice here. Okay, and this gastric juice secretes different type of secretion. Suppose HCl, pepsin, mucus. Okay, what is the role of this HCl? It kills bacteria which comes along with bolus or food. Okay, it broken down this food again further. Okay, after that this gastric juice contains pepsin. Pepsin helps in the breakdown of protein into amino acid. This is the role of trypsin. Okay. And again here mucus is present which protects the inner lining of the stomach from HCl. Okay, because there is also presence of HCl in the stomach, and HCl, you know, is the hydrochloric acid, it is the acid, okay, which break down the walls of the stomach. But here mucus protect this activity of HCl in stomach. Okay, now in stomach churning activities continuously takes place. Churning activity continuously takes place. Okay. Now after that, this is the structure of liver, which is considered as the largest gland in our body. Okay. Liver play important role in the secretion and synthesis of bile juice. Okay. It provides the alkaline medium for further digestion. It provides alkaline medium for further digestion because from stomach, this food comes from the stomach, enters in the small intestine, okay, which is acidic in nature, but further actions of certain enzymes, okay, alkalinity is very important there, and that's why this bile juice provides alkaline medium, okay, for the further activities. Now this bile juice contains bile salts, okay. Bile salts play important role in the breakdown of larger fat globules into smaller ones. Okay, and this process is known as emulsification. The breakdown of larger fat globules into smaller ones, it is known as emulsification, and emulsification takes place with the help of bile salts. Okay, now these broken down food again reach in the small intestine here. Okay, these secretion of liver, which is meant by bile juice, okay, and pancreatic juice, okay, which pours in the small intestine in this part which is known as duodenum. Okay, now we are talking about pancreas. Pancreas is a heterocrine gland. Pancreas is a heterocrine gland. Okay, what do you mean by heterocrine? It is a mixed type of gland because some part of this pancreas is exocrine in nature and some part is endocrine in nature. Okay, now remember only this thing. Pancreas secretes different type of pancreatic juice, okay, and this pancreatic juice contains trypsin and lipase, which is one of the most important enzymes here. Okay, trypsin helps in the breakdown of protein into amino acid. Trypsin helps in breakdown of protein into amino acids. Okay, it means smaller one of protein. Now lipase helps in the breakdown or digestion of fat into fatty acids and glycerol. Okay, this is the role of lipase and this is the role of trypsin. Okay, and this is the constituent of pancreatic juice. Okay, now the juice of liver and juice of pancreas both over in the small intestine. Okay, and the part of that small intestine is known as duodenum. Okay, now we are talking about these food now which is in the small intestine, as I told you here. Okay, and in small intestine, approximately the length of the small intestine is 6 to 6.5 meter. Okay, why it is known as small intestine? Small, okay, because the diameter of this intestine is very less. Okay, that's why it is known as small intestine. Okay, now small intestine have three parts: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Okay, small intestine considered as the site of complete digestion. Okay, the food which contains carbohydrate, protein, fats, okay, nucleic acid, these all components break down, okay, or digest in the small intestine. Okay, and maximum digestion takes place in the duodenum. Okay, now this small intestine again play important role in the absorption. Okay, it play important role in absorption because in the small intestine, the inner lining of the small intestine, which is known as mucosa. Mucosa have these finger-like projections. Okay, and these finger-like projections are known as villi or simply known as villus. Okay, and these villus have the presence of microvillus or microvilli. Okay, and inside of these microvilli or microvillus, blood capillaries and lacteals are present. Okay, these digested food when comes in contact with this villus, okay, they can absorb this digested food, and now this digested food enters in the blood. Okay, this process is known as absorption, as I told you there. Okay, now maximum number of villi, okay, will increase the surface area for absorption. The number of villi are greater, the amount of digestion will be greater. Okay, now we are talking about large intestine. Actually, large intestine is less in length, okay, as compared to small intestine. It is 1.5 meter in length. Okay, but diameter of this large intestine will be greater than the small intestine. Okay, it shows three parts: cecum, colon, and rectum. Okay, cecum, colon, and rectum. Small intestine, the last part of small intestine opens in the large intestine. Okay, now these cecum, colon, and rectum. Cecum is here. This is the cecum. Okay, and near the cecum here is the vestigial organ, which is known as appendix. Okay, it is vestigial in human being because there is no role of cellulose digestion in human being. Okay, that's why it is a vestigial in our body. Vestigial organ in our body, which is known as appendix. Okay, sometimes it will swollen, it swells up, and operation will be performed. Now, okay, cecum, colon, and rectum, these are the three main parts of the large intestine. Absorption of water takes place here. Absorption of water takes place in the large intestine. Okay, now the rectum. Rectum is the last part of large intestine. In rectum, temporary storage of undigested food takes place. Okay, in rectum there is the temporary storage of undigested food takes place here. Okay, this is the rectum where undigested food temporarily stored. Okay, and now from this rectum, this undigested food goes into the anus. Okay, and anus helps in the digestion of food. Anus helps in digestion of food. Okay, now what do you mean by digestion? It removes the undigested food or fecal matter. Fecal matter. This is a very important step. Okay, this is the last step of nutrition, as I told you here. Okay, nutrition starts from ingestion and ends in egestion. Okay, here anal sphincters are present. Anal sphincters are present. These anal sphincters helps in the regulation and the guarding of fecal matter. Okay, it removes the undigested food or fecal matter. Okay, when these sphincters are open, then this undigested food pass from this anus. Okay, this is the aid of nutrition. Another